Hello everybody, I'm going to show you how to paint with acrylic paints on canvas. You can use these videos for various things, for birthday parties, for team building, for cheap dates. Of course, don't remember, no, that's not the right way of saying it. Do remember to impress her, you might get laid. And by the way, I want to document everything about how I live my life. Will bore you to death. Will entertain you as well. This is my studio. Look around. This is where I do my regular painting events. Over here is our little bar. You can order some wine. But whoever wishes to learn at home, you can subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, and if you like the video, you can also hit that thumbs up button.
Hey guys, my name's Mary. Welcome to our channel. We are going to show you our life as artists. We're going to show you our life as artists and creatives in New York City as we grow our paint and sip studio, La Futura Studio, from a tiny little studio into the blossoming business that we are right now. We're going to show you some painting techniques. We'll show you some of the cool stuff that we do every day in our studio. We teach various classes, so I guess we'll show you how we lead those classes. And you can utilize this for your own recreation.
Alright everybody, for that particular painting we're using 3 brush sizes. Large one for our background, medium one for like mid-range area or like details like clouds, and the little round-headed soft acrylic friendly brush. I wouldn't go too lower in the size in terms of a small brush. I hope the video sort of justifies and let you know how big this brush is. I don't know the number, but small, medium, large, that's what we're keeping. So guys, for this painting we would need a acrylic, just a regular royal blue. I wouldn't use a midnight blue, but more on a royal blue side. So we're going to be using royal blue, a bleach white, red. It could be any generic red. You don't have to be too particular. We're going to be using black and yellow. Yellow a little bit more than other colors. So make sure that you get that a little bit more on your palette so you don't have to go back and add more. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna start now. As we can see on our canvas, Mary is being the photographer or the cameraman. All right, I'm adding a little bit blue and white, same amount. So I took a scoopful of blue. All right, take a scoopful of blue and add a scoopful of white. Same amount. You gotta eye it a little bit, and then creating a little sky blue color. All right, so I'm gonna apply the paint side to side, and I'm making a blue stripe from the top of the canvas, about quarter of this canvas in proportion. All right, after that, you're gonna reach the cup, and I'm gonna rinse off my brush. dry my brush on paper towel, make sure all the blue is gone. I'm gonna take just the white, nothing else, with the same big brush, the biggest brush that we've been using. I usually have like 3 options as in brushes, but for whatever the biggest choice you have for the brush, I would use that. So coming back to the canvas, I'm going to fade up the blue from the bottom. I won't go all the way up, it's like somewhere half. I'm gonna make the blue further lighter and fade into the white canvas. So watch how I do it. I'm gonna apply the white a little bit below the blue and then move my brush slowly upwards. And then go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a wiper of your car, if you have seen.
Looks like clouds.
Not yet. All right, so we're gonna take the brush and rinse it off again. So this time I'm gonna take just the red and I will apply red same way I did with the blue. Now, mind you, no white, no yellow, no nothing, just the red. We're gonna apply red. Oh, I got a little bit of black from somewhere, but we're going to fade it in. But yes, where was I? We're going to put red, same quarter of this canvas from the bottom this time. There we go. Hold the brush. Reach all the way at the bottom of the cup. Shake, 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 shake. And then wipe it on your paper towel. Now we will create orange. I'll take a little bit of red and mix it in my yellow. Like just the side of the yellow. Not all the way in. Just start with the side of this little bit of paint there. Okay, now I'm gonna apply orange in between the blue and the red. Go back and forth, 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 and then merge it in the red. Like a wiper, blend red and orange together. Now guys, I need to add a little bit more brighter space here with yellow so it looks more like a sunset.
How would you do that, Basu?
We're going to rinse off our brush. Alright, and this time I'm going to take yellow and white.
Oh, is that red in there?
A little bit, but wasn't too much. I can still a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna apply yellow in between the blue and the orange. And go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Mix it into the orange first. Move it down first. That's what I mean. Don't go up in the blue yet. Then I'm gonna rinse off my brush and just use the moisture on my brush. No paint, just a little bit of moisture. And then I'm gonna drag this yellow up into the blue.
With just moistness.
Yes. All right, so that is our sunset background. We're gonna put clouds after that. All right, for clouds, I'm not gonna make life too complicated, so I'm gonna give you a simple way of creating clouds. I'm gonna first take blue, put it aside, add a little bit of black to it, and then a little hit of white. Okay, and then take that blue, black, and white mixture, and I'm gonna start dabbing. Dabbing from where blue is beating the yellow and make a little downtrend, recession, dabbiness line like on your graph. And then I'm gonna make another line at the bottom Just same way, dabbing. No sliding like that, just dabbing. All right, that's like a little general shape of the cloud, and we're gonna fill it in with dabs again and make it more fluffy and happy clouds, as Mr. Bob Ross said. This one looks a bit sad, but we can live with it. All right, now on the other side, I'm gonna do the similar thing, downtrend, slopey dab, right? And then straight dabs at the bottom. And fill the rest of the space inside with dabs. So these are the fluffy dark clouds. You can add some lighter clouds with just white and do white dabs. Behind the dark one.
Wow.
The white got a little bit of a blue and all that funk on my brush, but I think it's given a decent look to it already. So I'm gonna accept a few things here. Okay. So you got the dark guys and the light guys. So this is our sunset sky. Now I'm gonna make buildings. Since we are from New York City, guys, I'm gonna make New York City here. All right, in order to make New York City, the most iconic building is usually for us is Empire State.
How many times have we painted the Empire State Building?
Probably 2,340 times. But we're still making Empire State Building. That's not a bad thing. I am still in love with the building. Really cool building. So I'm going to make 2 black strokes with a flat-headed brush, more like on a medium range. And then you close it up from the top like that. And then I'm going to make another shape over the rectangle, which is more on a square side. Be very slow. Now I'm working flat, but you can work on easels. The technique remains the same. And then I'll close that on the top as well. Then I'm gonna add 2 more rectangles, the little ones, on top. And another one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 boxes in total. And then I would also need some other buildings in the skyline, so you can add some geometric shapes, tall, big, small, fat, with different features. And if you want to add a few more buildings on the opposite side, and we can also add a little bridge there. So add 2 curvy strokes on the top, 1 vertical stroke and a horizontal stroke. You don't have to go all the way into the buildings, just stop at 1 building. It's more like a plus sign and 2 mustaches on top.
Like your mustache?
Yeah, something like that. And then after that, we're gonna just paint everything in with black. All right, so our Empire State would need a spire, guys. Without a spire, it won't look Empire State Building. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the handle of a brush as a ruler, put it vertically up, and then I use a small round-headed brush, and from the middle, I'm gonna bring a line upwards, not downwards, upwards. let's make that line slightly thicker from the middle point. And then curve it on the sides. So that's the Empire State Building structure. Now, at this point, you have to let your paintings dry for a good 5-10 minutes because the black is still wet, and in order to put windows with white and other various colors, we want our black to be dried a little bit before we introduce those colors, so you don't want black to make it darker. So people, the painting looks drier now. I'm ready to include some windows. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the smallest brush. Amongst our 3 brush choices, small, medium, large, so the smallest one, which is a round-headed small brush. I wouldn't go too thin, but I also don't like to throw brush numbers. People also get confused. So I rather like show it on the screen and ask you to buy the most closest one or grab the closest one, which looks like that. All right, and plus I can't really see the number anymore, so I don't know which number it is, but it's on round head small brush. So I'm gonna add like little tiny dots starting from the top on the rectangle that we created first.
So in order to make nice windows, I wouldn't press so hard onto the brush, just a little touch in random areas. I'm gonna add some white dots, and got some buildings on the side.
Alright, and some of the buildings you can add some horizontal strokes, different architecture, back to generic white dots. Okay, on the other side as well, let's add some lights, windows. Alright, so I'm gonna also add some external light show on the Empire State Building. So I'll add 2 lines on the top 2 tiers, and then from that line I'm going to flick little white strokes upwards, have them condensely packed, don't leave gaps in between. And similar thing on the level above. And just to give a little 3D side view, add an extra line. So get a little perspective. The building is slightly turned.
You really want people to draw white lines onto their building.
Yeah, sure. And then dots on the thick part of the spire, and one final dot on the top.
Wow, I feel like I'm looking at a photograph.
And if you like some birds in the sky, here we go. Simple painting, nothing complicated. Everybody can do it.
And maybe they should sign it.
Sure, you can sign it. And hope you guys learned something. And I will also add more paintings and stay creative.